Okay guys, I'm back again with another video. We're going to continue our week on with the 5 senses and we'll get started on the next one. I did want to bring up to you guys, I've been doing this since April. You guys know you've all been doing the training. If there's anything you want me to do a video on, or if your family or your parents have an idea, please shoot me an email to that training143 and let me know some ideas. I'm kind of starting to run out of ideas of what kind of videos to do. So if you guys have an idea, you can send one to me, okay? But we're going to go ahead and get finished up on this week. We're going to keep working on this week's 5 senses. Moving to the next sense. We're going to keep starting them the same way. You use them every day to get to know and understand the world around you. What are they? Your senses. We use our 5 senses every day to learn things around our surroundings. Around our surroundings? Learn things about our surroundings. And here's our review about the 5 senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Help us learn about our surroundings. We've got sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. Those are your 5 senses. Today's video is about, well, let me read it. So today we're going to talk about the sense of hearing. Hearing. What organ of the body is responsible for, oops, that's wrong. It's supposed to be hearing. I apologize. This is wrong. What organ of the body is responsible for hearing? Anybody know? Your ear is the organ responsible for hearing. So we're talking about hearing, and you use your ear. Okay, the sense of hearing is the ability to detect sound. Humans and other mammals are able to do this with the help of an organ called the ear. The word ear is used to refer to the outer ear and a group of nerves and muscles hidden inside called the inner ear. So when we talk about our ear, we usually see this outside part, and that's all the outer ear. But there's more to it inside, which we're going to show. I'm going to show you a little picture. So there's the inner ear, which has all this stuff inside that we can't see. And actually, there's 3 different parts. There's the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The inner ear is made up of the ear is made up of 3 different parts or sections: the outer, middle, and inner ear. The outer ear, this is the part we can see. It's called the arcual. Sorry, my pronunciation's a little off, but I hope that's right. It catches the sound waves. So here's our ear. This outer part, the part we can see, the article. This part, which is what we all see, it catches the sound waves. It collects them from the air and sends it to the auditory canal. And that sound travels through it to the middle ear. So we collect our sounds here, and then they travel through the ear canal, which is the auditory canal. We call it the ear canal. So we collect our sounds here, and then they go through this canal. I'm going to go over all this in a picture, but once it goes into the ear canal, the eardrum, a little bone called the hammer, the ischias, the stirrup are in the middle of the ear. So the middle of the ear has what we call our eardrum, a hammer, ischias, and stirrup, okay? The eardrum is like the top of a regular musical drum, okay? And it's located between the middle and the outer ear. When the sound hits the eardrum, so when the sound comes down that canal and hits that eardrum, and it starts to vibrate or shake. So we collect our sound in this outer ear here, and what we see goes in through our canal and goes to the middle part where it hits the eardrum. It starts to vibrate and shake from that noise, from from the sound coming in our ear, causing the tiny bones behind it to move. And those tiny bones are the hammer, ischius, and stirrup, okay? And when those bones start to move and start to shake and vibrate, they then send that sound to the cochlea. And the cochlea then turns the vibrations to nerve signals that send it to the brain. The auditory nerve is what sends these signals to the brain. Once at the brain, it then recognizes the sound. And I know that's a lot of information. I'm going to try to show you on the next picture, okay? I got it broke down a little bit. But so we're going to listen. You hear me talking because you're using your hearing now to hear me talking. It gets collected in your ear, goes to the ear canal, then it hits the eardrum, that starts vibrating and shaking, makes the little bones behind it vibrate and shake.
Sheriff Bedwell, call station 202, please. Sheriff Bedwell, call 202, please.
So our little bones are shaking, and then they send it to the cochlea, which collects that information and gives it to the auditory nerve, and the nerve takes it to the brain. Everything goes through a nerve to the brain so the brain can recognize. All our senses are attached to nerves, okay? So once it gets to our brain recognizes all that vibration, all that sound. It gets it, because sound is vibrations and stuff, okay? So here's another picture. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. I don't have any props, so to say, this time, because you guys have been using your ears a lot in this whole training. You've been using your hearing, listening to the videos, to the music that I do. You listen, you use your ears when anybody talks to you. So this video is just going to be all about what I can show you and tell you. You may have to refer to some of the things. I know this one's a tough one, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can. Actually, you may hear the vacuum cleaner that the cleaning crew is running right now in the background. But, so, let's say that, or my voice, your ear collects it out here in the auricle, which is the outer part of the ear that we hear. Then it sends it in here to the ear canal, or the auditory canal. So we collect it, we send it in here, into our middle ear. Anything that's pink is our middle ear. Our eardrum, remember it's kind of like the top of an actual drum, you beat on that little skin, it gets right there and it starts moving and shaking and vibrating. And then it hits these tiny bones behind it, which we said were the hammer, ischius, and stirrup, and they start shaking. So we collect our sound, we send it through our ear canal, it hits our eardrum, it starts shaking and wobbling, it hits these bones, they're all shaking and wobbling, and they send it here to the cochlea. And once it gets to the cochlea, it's attached to the nerve, the auditory nerve, and then it sends it up to the brain to let it know what the sound is. Okay? I know it's a lot. I tried to make the answer sheet a little bit simple, but I think you guys got it. We collect our sound, goes through the ear canal, to the eardrum, it starts shaking and vibrating and moving. It hits the three little bones behind it. They shake and move, they're all moving. Send that vibration to the cochlea. It sends it to the audio nerve, goes to the brain, and that's how we hear what we hear. Okay? That's the end of the hearing one. Replay it, listen to it, print out your answer sheet, do whatever you need to do to get it. I kind of try to do a lot of true false on this one and things like that to make the worksheet a little bit easier for you, okay? Thanks a lot, guys.